truth regarding democracy and human rights. I am Z. Today I will be reporting the current news from Arakan State, also known as Rakhine State in Myanmar, where the Myanmar government and Myanmar military, known as Tatmadaw, are committing war crimes and widespread human rights violations as we speak. This time we have breaking news with a gang rape case that occurred in Ugar village in Rathidaun Township in Arakan State. Here is the interview of the victim. I will be translating as she speaks, but viewer discretion is advised as the following interview contains descriptions of sexual violence. Sister, what village and township in Arakan State are you from?
Zamruni.
From Arakan State, Rathidaun Township, Muse Island, Ugar village. How old are you? My age is 36 years old. Are you married? Yes, I am married. Do you also have children? Yes, I have children. How many children do you have? I have 4 children. You said you have faced an incident on June 30th of 2020. What incident did you face? During the incident, if I have to say, we were hiding under the house. As we were hiding under the house, they raped me about 11 p.m. They entered the village around dusk, 7 p.m., and entered the village shooting. When you say they, do you mean from Myanmar Tatmadaw? The soldiers were from Myanmar Tatmadaw. When they came, we were fearfully hiding under the house with a child. As we were hiding, they busted into house after house, taking what they wanted and left behind what they didn't. Our house is at an entrance of the village, the last one near the road. When they were about to bust into our house, they heard the sound of our child crying under the house. So they got out of the house and asked, "Are there people?" 3 times. Then someone answered, "Yes, people are here." Then they pointed the gun towards us and asked us to get out. They singled out 6 women. Then they interrogated all 6 of us. They asked if we have the national identification cards that were what were our birthplaces and the villages we were from. We answered we are from Ugar village, Muse Island. They asked if we have the national identification cards. 5 of us did not, but 1 of us did. Who was the one that had the national identification card? So that was you? Yes. Then they looked at the national identification card and took a phone picture of it. As they were looking at it, 3 of them were mumbling to each other and discussing what to do. Then they asked if the card was issued at Choktaw Township in Rathidaun or at Rathidaun Township. I said it was not from Choktaw, it was from Rathidaun. They were asking the 6 of us to sit as they questioned. They chose me to come along with them for interrogation at another house. The house I was asked to go to was my in-laws' house. They asked me to come with them. One of them hugged me and another one squeezed me from my back. As I tried to shrug them off the body, they demanded. What did they demand? They demanded my body. I told them I won't give it. As I denied them, they started threatening me. They said they would shoot me and also pulled out a knife. Then I started to think differently. I felt helpless and did not know what to do. I thought if I kept denying their demand, they might do things to others, including my daughters and my in-law, because I was denying their demands. So I let them do as they desired. I gave them what they wanted. I let them do what they would like to do to me, and as I let them do what they wanted, I requested them to promise me to send me back to where I live. They promised me. The last person who did me promised me. How many did it to you? 3 did it. How many times did each of them do it? 1 time each. The last man took a long time. How did they do it? Just 1 time each. But the last man tried all kinds. Were clothes taken off? Yes, the clothes were taken off. How was your body touched inappropriately? The shirt was not taken off completely. He asked, and then, how about your lower clothes? Yes, it was flipped and all. When I tried to push them off, he said he would kill me the moment I got up. As that is happening, thoughts ran through my mind. Oh, I have a brother, sister, a husband, and all of them are away. And the children. What would I tell them, and how will I face them after this is happening? But I decided that the others, 5 women and 3 children, 8 altogether, should not be killed just because of me denying what they demanded. So I let them do what they wanted to do to me. A while later, I asked them to let me go, as I could not stand what they were doing to me, but I had to wait until they were finished. Is there a time gap between them? What was the time gap? Yes, it was a few seconds between them. Only seconds? Yes, it was a few seconds between them. They came and called me to go to where the captain was. I told them I won't go there. I was afraid the captain would do it the same to me too. So I won't go, I said. Then the last man promised me that nothing will happen to me. He promised that nothing at all will happen to me more, so I followed him. My sister-in-law was watching outside of the house. She knew and recognized all of how I walked and moved. When I got there, the captain gave me 20,000 kyat. I knew they gave me that money as a form of payment for destroying my life. I said I won't take it. But they insisted me to take it. So I took that 20,000 kyat with me. They sent me back to my place, the place under the house where I was hiding. When were you sent back? About 1 o'clock. Was that in the day or the night? It was at night, about 1 o'clock at night. Then, after about 5 minutes I got there, they called my daughter. Is she married? Yes, she's married. Does she have children? Yes, she has children. 1 child, that is. How old is the child? The child is 6 days old. Only 6 days ago, she gave birth. My daughter is 19 years old. As they were calling her, her face was, she couldn't avoid not going to them. I was then thinking that they would do the same to her that they had done to me now. My tears came out. I cried secretly. They called, "Hey girl, come here quickly," but she did not go. They said they would burn the house and said, "Do you see the gun already been readied?" They said it like that. The Myanmar Thammadhaw said that? Yes, the Myanmar Thammadhaw said that. So she had to go in the end. I can't describe how I felt that time when she had to go with them. I was thinking, what will they do to my daughter? How will they do to my daughter? My daughter had a child only a few days earlier, so I had to think of all kinds of ways to deal with that. I could not stand or sit. I was restless at that point. He wouldn't also let me go with her, even when I said I will come along with my daughter. He only called my daughter alone. At that point, I started to think this is the moment I would die. I thought either he or I would die then. I felt that way as I saw my daughter go with streams of tears running down from her eyes. Did they do the same to her? They did not do the same to her, as her grandmother followed with her, as she had just given birth to a child days ago. What time was she taken? She was taken about an hour after I was sent back. She was not there that long. She was there for about half an hour. Did they ask for her body too? She was also demanded and threatened to give her body as they did to me. My daughter was crying and suffered, so I thought if that thing happened to my daughter, how would her husband feel too? For me, I know my life is not pretty anymore, but since I am a mother of 4, I may be able to explain this to my husband. I will also trust my husband that he would forgive me, because this happened to me without my will. So, sister, do you have anything you would like to say towards the Myanmar soldiers? What they did to us was... No. What do you have in your heart towards Myanmar soldiers? Any anger or disgust? I have anger. I am praying that they will be killed wherever they would go. If they go in water, they will be killed in water, and if they go on land, they will be killed too. I could not sleep a moment that night. I was not wanted by them now, but what if they would come for my daughter and pull her from her bed? I did not sleep a moment that night till morning. They did not come back. But as a parent, I was restless. So I will be praying that no other from the Arakan state would face the fate that I had faced, and that those military dogs will be defeated. I will be praying that till I die. That is the end of this interview. Now, onto the news. The Myanmar military is notorious for using sexual violence as a weapon of war, as known by the numerous rape accusations in Arakan state in 2016 by Muslim minorities. The Myanmar government is already facing charges related to genocide in the International Court of Justice and the International Court of Crime. There is a pattern of actions made by the Myanmar army similar to that of the previous attacks on non-Burmese nationalities. But never before has there been a direct accusation of sexual violence by an Arakan woman. This case, although one of many, should not be taken lightly. The victim has further risked her life by voicing her experience, and as a primary source of information, the case should be heavily considered by the general public and courts alike. This is all for New Gen Media. I'll see you next time.